Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Meet the Ferrum team. My name is Tom from the marketing team here at Ferrum Network. Please welcome Hasnat Malik, who's the director of projects at Ferrum Network. Hi Hasnat, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm super excited. It's finally, I'm actually going to say this, because obviously there's so many things that we work at Ferrum Network and working relentlessly. And we had to reschedule this video interview twice, maybe three times already. So I'm super excited to have you here. Thank you so much for finding some time to speak to us, Hasnat. And yeah, do you want to?
No, thank you so much. And I really apologize for delaying it, rescheduling with a couple of
No.
times.
That's completely fine. I fully understand. I think everybody understands, how important, what kind of important things you're working on. So 100%, that's understandable. But we can start with if you could just introduce yourself and if you could tell us a little bit about your crypto journey. How did it all started?
Cool. Yeah. So my name is Hasnat Malik. I graduated as an electronics engineer back in 2010, and I started my career in IT, from day one, and I specialized in processes, operations, agile, all of those things. But how did I end up in crypto? So I think it was back in 2018 when my team and I were involved in a project which incentivized users for healthy behavior, and they had this gamification thing where people would earn coins for doing healthy activities, and that was the first thing. And those are the days of the ICOs back then, So, and the hype, Bitcoin hype was coming around during that time, and also the term came after. But that was super amazing to get into the industry, not just crypto, but the blockchain industry, and you can see the difference, between the conventional world and the blockchain and the crypto world. I mean, easy to say, it's like 10x faster and super exciting. So that's how I ended up, and ever since I've been involved here and there. But it wasn't until recently, when I joined Ferrum last year, all hands, everything on crypto.
Wow. Okay. And how did you end up working at Ferrum? What's the story?
Oh yeah, so that's an interesting story. So it was back in, I guess, May. So I know Taha for quite some time, right? We have worked on so many different projects as well. And so it was back in May last year when he reached out. He was looking for a project manager, and I was busy doing something else, obviously. And then eventually I started, ended up doing part-time things with Ferrum. But then when I started doing that, I really, quickly grew fond of the team and everything that was happening back then, and the big plans and the vision. So I really, was super, super stoked and excited to be a part of such an amazing team and contribute to what we really want to, we have in our goals and visions. So that's how I ended up joining Ferrum full time.
Nice. Okay. And what can you tell us about your role? Because you're a director of projects at Ferrum. What can you tell us about your role? What does it involve? And because I know probably, every single day is completely different. There's different challenges every single day for you. But if you could just give us an idea of what your kind of day-to-day work day look like.
Oh yeah. So it's day and night both, right? So I'll just give you the cycle how it runs and ends. So initially I started as a senior project manager, and my duties involve only supervising the dev or the engineering side of things and the projects related to it. But obviously, with the team growing and everything, I have now grown into the director of projects, where I oversee all of the upcoming initiatives, whether it's engineering or non-engineering across the company. And I am a part of those setting of the plans, execution plans, strategies, and everything, working with the team, and then obviously with the help of the other project managers that we have hired, and then overseeing everything. So that's pretty much it. But if you talk about the day-to-day activity, it's pretty exciting. We have our pre-scheduled stand-ups, things with the different teams. Now that we've grown so much over the past year, we have split the teams into different project-based teams. Everyone has their own daily sync. I go in there, I just get the status update, help the team, enable them if there's any blocker, help them resolve their inefficiencies or so-called, blockers or hurdles, and then move on to the next thing and next thing. But while this is happening in parallel, you have to look around, okay, what's going on the other sides of the company, So you have to keep constant touch with all of the other teams, make sure interoperability between the departments is there. There's nothing that is missed out, stuff like that. So it's pretty amazing, how this whole thing comes around. And every new day, the most exciting part about Ferrum is like every new day brings you a new challenge, which is the best part for me to look after.
Wow. Okay. And sorry, did you actually mention what when did you actually start working at Ferrum? Because Ferrum started in 2018.
Yeah.
When did you devote yourself to Ferrum full time?
Well, and that was, I think, in back in August last year, if I'm not mistaken, July, August. Yeah.
Okay, so very soon it's actually going to be
It,
12
it seems
months.
like a decade.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Like I know. I've joined literally at the end of January, beginning of Feb this year, and I feel like, oh my God, it's
Yeah.
like been like 6 months, like but it's good. It's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
Fast pacing, but that's what we love. That's what we love. So because it is going to be nearly well, very soon actually. It's going to be 12 months, your first year at Ferrum. What would you say so far that's been the biggest win, the most significant win for you as a person here at Ferrum?
That's a very interesting question. So, okay, I to be honest, I do not think of any deliverables as a big win. So I think it's the little things that matter the most, and little things that add value towards your goal, vision, and mission. That's what's truly most important. And if I look back when I started back in 2018, what we were doing back then, and now where we are heading and what we are working on, and I can see that is totally 100% aligned with the initial vision back in 2018 when Firm started. So that's the biggest success, in my opinion. The daily grind, the slow and steady increments, moving towards that end goal, and creating and establishing the team. So I would say, yeah, the entire team of Ferrum and my contribution to creating that team is my biggest success, because you are what your team is, and at the end of the day, that's what really matters. We can do one thing today, we can completely shift to a different thing. The day after tomorrow, but it's the team, the core team. That's the biggest success, I would say.
Wow.
In my opinion.
Well said, Hasnat. Very well said. Thank you for that. And because you're obviously heavily involved with all the tech and all the development at Ferrum Network. And I think this is going to be really interesting to hear from you. We've recently updated the website as well. With the website, we've updated the roadmap for 2022 as well. And we have a lot of exciting initiatives coming out very soon. What would you say is the most exciting for you, for the public to see from your side?
Well, yeah, that's true. And I'm happy that you asked this question, is because if you had asked this question like 6 months ago, I probably won't be sure. And now everything is coming around in such a good way together. And I would like this opportunity to address to all of the new users of Ferrum community, who are pretty new to Ferrum. They do not know much about that, So Ferrum is not just, an incubation house. We do that. That's a part of our services. But where Ferrum is heading, and you really want to jump onto that ship right away. So what's happening? We developed our token bridge, cross-chain token bridge, right, last year. Then we rolled it out without doing any marketing. We rolled it out successfully. And recently we ran the numbers. It had like $137 million worth of transacted volume, which is super amazing, And that's with zero marketing. Now, with taking that, what we started doing was, since back then, initially it was just working with Polygon, Ethereum, and BSC. Now it works with Avalanche, Phantom, Moonriver, Harmony, Shard, and these are all in the pipeline, which are almost done. We just need to roll them out, right? And there are so many others like Pocket, non-EVM compatible chains like Pocket, Algorand, Casper. So all of these networks, we are trying to integrate and get our hands into those, and we are almost there for all of these. Now combine that with what we are making as our own mainnet. Now I'm not sure. I think if I'm supposed to say this out right now, but yeah, look at our roadmap. You will understand. So you have this mainnet, and you have these integrations with so many EVM compatible networks and also non-EVM ones. Combine the two, and that's the most exciting part for us to look at, in this year. And I'm super, super excited to get this out in the hands of the public.
Nice. Very, very nice. I'm so excited about this because there's literally so many things. I am not a very technical person, right? Like I'm a marketing guy and I am trying to understand the things that you guys are working on, like, and it's literally mind blowing. And I'm so excited for people to be able to participate in this, because this is going to be massive. So I love it. I absolutely love it. And Hasnat, you're active in the crypto space, and obviously Ferrum is the number one project for all of us. But what would you point out? Any other crypto projects that you quite interested in, that you think that they have, potential?
Right. Okay. So there are quite a few. I'm also into metaverse, details as well, and there are quite a few projects that I'm keeping a keen eye on. I cannot name any one of them because I'm still to make a decision. But there are some very interesting metaverse related projects. There's MetaGG, others, and that's on the metaverse side of things. Super excited. Network, I'm doing amazing, and waiting for them to launch their game and the metaverse. So that's something really, really exciting. And on the other side, I really believe in infrastructure projects, like one of my colleagues says, Nick, he's a super type of a person, and he always says these things. So I always follow him, So all of these projects, and even look at these Moonriver, the ones that we are talking about, Pocket, Moonriver, all of these infrastructure-based projects. I think these are some super amazing projects based on the Polkadot ecosystem substrate, parachains. Yeah, keep an eye out for those, and that's the future, in my opinion.
Cool, thank you. And what can you tell us? Well, what would you say as an advice to someone who's literally just starting their crypto journey? Like literally they just getting in, it's completely different to what it was back in 2010, 2012, 2014, when it was just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now there's so many thousands of different projects, and the space is a bit chaotic. So what would you say as your advice to someone who's just starting their crypto journey?
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So based on my personal experience, do not respond to any DMs when they say they are admins. Beware of scammers. First thing, no matter who you are, at what stage you are in, beware of scammers. And the second thing is, once you jump into whatever you do, just make sure you just do not follow the trend. You do your own research. It's very important, Doesn't matter, you will fail, it's okay. But at least you would have done that initial research on your own. You would not just have failed based on someone else, notes and decisions. So just do your own thing. And everyone, I believe, finds their own path, within the crypto. At least that's the use case for me as well. And beware of scammers, do your own research, you should be good.
Cool, fantastic. Well, Hasnat, that was my last question for today. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for answering those questions. And we all gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. Like literally, Ferrum is so going strong. Like, oh, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Thanks, man. Really sorry for missing out a couple of times on the interviews.
No worries, absolutely no worries. With all the answers that you've given today, I forgive, and I think the community forgives for everything, honestly. Thank you.
Super excited to be a part of it. Take care.
Nice. Cheers.